your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
News now on 102.7 The Game.
Reporting for Cromwell Media News, I'm Rob Nichols. The Safe Haven Baby Box at Fire Station 1 on West 9th Street in Owensboro will be temporarily out of service starting today. The box is being relocated to the new Fire Station 3 on Cravens Avenue, which is currently under construction, expected to open around April of next year. During the transition, temporary signage to the current site notified the public of the closure, provide directions to the closest box in Rockport, Indiana, and urge anyone facing an emergency to call 911. City officials reaffirmed their commitment to providing safe infant surrender options for the community. Habitat for Humanity of Owensboro and Davis County is launching Owensboro Builds Hope campaign for Giving Tuesday, December 2nd. The organization invites everyone in the Owensboro-Davis County area to help local families achieve affordable home ownership. Amanda Green, Executive Director of Habitat, emphasizes the importance of safe housing and uniting the community to sponsor new homes. Donations of all sizes are welcomed, with early contributions already being accepted online. Habitat for Humanity's initiative is not only about building houses, but also bringing hope and strengthening community ties through collective generosity and a shared purpose. The Indiana National Guard will send around 300 soldiers to Washington, D.C. next month. Governor Mike Braun authorized the deployment to help the D.C. National Guard in their effort to reduce crime and cut property damage. They'll replace troops from other states that have been there since August. Reporting for Cromwell Media News, I'm Rob Nichols.
Make the most of every lawn with Kubota commercial landscaping equipment. From the productivity-boosting Z700 series mower to the reliable SVL track loader. It's a lineup built to get the job done right. Because when your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that will never let you down. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Check us out today at Hagen's Outdoor Equipment with 3 locations to serve you. Highway 54 in Philpott, Salem Drive in Owensboro, and Power Machinery on Highway 41 in Hanson. We appreciate your business.
Kevin Kugler here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Week 12 of the season kicks off in Houston when the Texans host the Bills. In a bounce-back win last week, Josh Allen posted 6 touchdowns and moved Buffalo to 7-3. Now they face a Texans team on a 2-game winning streak. Marcel Reese joins me for the call of the Bills at the Texans on Thursday Night Football.
On your home for the NFL, 102.7 The Game.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Here's your 14 first alert forecast. Overnight rain with a low of 51 degrees. On Friday, rainy and mild with heavy rainfall possible, a high of 64. Rain coming to an end then on Friday night with a low of 48. And on Saturday, slow clearing during the day, but cooler temps with a high of 57. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 first alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios. Legally, we're WLME 102.7 FM, Lewisport.
But you can just call us The Game.
102.7. 102.7.
Yes, sir, it's Clarence. Roger. What's our Victor? Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holdtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holdtree. Dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. How you doing, my man?
What's going on, man?
You know, just living the dream one day at a time.
That's a little slow night tonight. All you got to do is Live at 5.
Yeah, what am I going to do? I mean, it's weird.
Going to go home to a 3-year-old and play Batman and Spider-Man.
That's right. Spider-Man. Batman will be home about 6:15, somewhere in that ballpark. But no, it's a lot of fun at the house right now, and just think afternoon coffee. I found out is the
way to go.
It's a trick.
Frappuccino.
Whether I sleep or not is not. That's the question after that. But yeah, no. If I can get some afternoon coffee in, then it really propels me into the evening. That's my new plan. They got to have coffee in the morning and coffee in the afternoon.
There's nobody sleeping in my house right now because as the weather's gotten cold, somehow we ended up with like a couple mice that have gotten in.
Man, that's weird where you're at.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know where, I don't know.
No fields or anything around there?
I mean, there's that neighbor, I mean.
I guess behind, a couple houses behind you.
But anyway, we've been, we got the traps out and been catching some, and I guess I'm about to get like a cat. I mean, maybe. I don't know how that's going to go over with the 7 dogs, though.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time.
This morning, I thought I lost a dog.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was like the strangest thing. I thought one of them was laying. I laid back down on the couch to get an extra, few minutes of sleep, and there was a dog on me, and so then Seth, came and put the little dogs go in a room, and they hang out, and there was one missing, and I was like, I thought he put him in the room, and I did one of my dogs eat him, and I thought, well, did I let some dogs outside? Did I leave one outside? And then I was like. Seth had left. I was like,
it's bad when you have so many dogs, like home alone. You have to like count the heads.
Yeah, I was like, did Seth go out to leave to work and like he's walked out behind? And she walked out behind him, so I went out front to look for him. Couldn't find anywhere. Somehow she ended up in Rim's room, and the door was shut the whole time.
Oh.
I don't know how she ended up in there, but she didn't usually scratch on the door and one out. I kind of got scared, man. I was like, well, as much as I complain about them, I still don't want to lose one.
No, absolutely not.
It's like if you got 8 kids, you complain about them, but you love them all.
That's right, 100%, man. And glad it was located. But we'll get to some sports conversation. Maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe we won't. It just depends on what kind of mood we're in today. Maybe talk a little NFL. It's Thursday. There's not a lot going on a Thursday. Getting ready for a big show tomorrow where we'll break down all the games. So download the Owensboro radio app. There will just be 2 football games on the Cromwell family of stations. More Automotive will bring you the Owensboro Red Devil game as they host Fairdale and VJS. And then the Owensboro Garage Doors will have the Three Stooges over at Steel Stadiums. They get set to host Somerset.
I do want to say the live stream is fixed on K-News. That was a stream guy's problem. It wasn't our problem. But I know last night the coaches show it was. So we had to email them last night, and they had it fixed this morning. So don't worry, Aces fans, you can be able to hear.
I don't like when the streams are down, obviously, but it also lets me know there's actually people that listen.
Oh yeah,
because like when it doesn't happen, when it's not streaming, boy, you hear about it. Well, I'm glad.
Here's the thing.
I'm thankful for that.
I'll say this, we can get all those numbers, and you get these and they tell you like you can only get numbers. You can break it down by like the hours of the day, and 8 p.m. on Friday night. It's like, So we do know a lot of people listen to the live streams on the football. And we'll have both of those will be up and running. And
I got to give it. I mean, I tell you what, I've watched a lot of Somerset the last couple of days. Their broadcast team, number one, their broadcasts are incredible. Like from the ticker to the attention to detail on the broadcast. The announcers are good. Like, it's a breath of fresh air. Somerset does a good job.
Good work.
And it's easy to kind of tap into what Somerset's been doing this year. And we'll see them firsthand tomorrow night taking on the Aces. And if we're just penciling in Owensboro Catholic and Beechwood into the semifinals, pause on that because Aces got to handle business. It's a good Somerset team, a very physical Somerset team coming in tomorrow night. And I don't really know. I haven't checked it this afternoon. But last check, I didn't really love the forecast. 95% chance of rain. And I don't know if that, it looks like the chances go down a little bit in the evening. Let's see. Yeah, it's mostly during the day. So around 6 o'clock it dips. So, but a wet football, we're throwing it around. Something the Aces haven't necessarily played in a driving rain, that high-powered passing offense.
And it does say you got some local heavy rain possible, anywhere from a quarter to a half inch. Like I said, I do think throughout the day it goes down, and it may be out of here by game time, but you're still going to have – and you can still get wet turf, and if you've ever played baseball on turf, every time the ball hits the turf, it picks up water. It just comes down to who once you get into the third round of football and into the semifinals, if you're lucky to get there, it's all about execution. It's about you doing what you do and doing it to the best of your ability. And I think if Catholic does that, they'll be fine. But, I mean, you're going to have to come ready to play because, and I think by playing this team last year in a game that was close and battling, Catholic got the double-double. It was like 7-7 late. Catholic scored.
With a minute to go.
On a late, they got the ball back with a minute, went down and scored, then got the ball to start the second half, went down and scored and made it 21-7 and kind of put that game, if Catholic scores 24 or more points, I like the idea. I think Somerset's going to have to win like a 17-14 game. That's just my thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess your biggest concern, if you're looking at worst-case scenarios, would be Somerset's running it for 3 and 4 yards a carry, and they're taking that play clock all the way down. All of a sudden, your offense only gets 2 possessions and a half.
Yeah, now that
maybe it's 7-7 going in the locker room, and how do you respond to that kind of adversity? You know, it's a different group. You can talk about last year's game, but this is a completely different group. I mean, with Brady Atwell, you know, he'd been through the fire. He'd already been to a state title. And Jermel has done well with adversity. I think in the middle part of the year, you know, after that Owensboro game, the offense just didn't look right. I mean, and since that time, he has played at a level that I don't know that we've seen before, and that's even with Brady Atwell. So, you know, there's just some things, you know, that would concern me a little bit. Now, I do have ultimate faith in the defense. I just know that Somerset looks built for that 3 and 4 yards in a cloud of dust. But the thing is that playing that way for Somerset also means you can't make any mistakes.
Right.
And any mistake could torpedo a drive, whether it's a penalty or a negative play, you know, any kind of, you know, mental mistake. Complete. And so the thing is, if you're going to play that style, it has to end in points. Because if it doesn't, in the matchup that really favors Owensboro Catholic here is the passing game. I mean,
against their D-backs.
They did get some pressure on Danville, and I think Danville caught Somerset by surprise. I did not plan for. We're going to break the game down tomorrow.
Yeah,
but Danville caught Somerset completely off guard in that game. If you're listening to the Somerset announce team, they were like, what is happening here? Danville's a running team. They're coming out. And if you watch it, you look at the stats, and it doesn't tell the whole story.
It was a lot of 50-50 balls they just threw up there.
There's somebody down there, and he's throwing it up, and then the Somerset DB would tip it into the hands of a Danville receiver. There was all kinds of weird things in that game. But at the end of the day, I'm with you. If both teams come and play their A-plus game, I think Catholic
wins.
14 points
Catholic
better.
wins, yes.
And we'll see how it shakes out. I think Owensboro's in good shape tomorrow either way. And Heritage Hills will be at Ron Colley. Of course, we won't have that broadcast. That is one that is – it's a hard ticket. But, yeah, they didn't invite you up to cover the game.
Yeah, and I haven't decided. I don't think I'm going to.
That's a trek.
Yeah.
That's a trek.
If I was broadcasting, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Not betting against Jet, though. And we'll pick these games
Plus,
tomorrow.
we're going to be on location tomorrow, and I want to do that show. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Be live from Bernie's tomorrow for Live at 5. A little Bernie's tailgate playoff show tomorrow, which is what we're going to break down. I'm telling you, tomorrow will be very statewide high school football heavy.
Yep,
and then
we'll break down the whole state.
Yeah, we'll do our games, and then we'll do the big games around the state, and then in the end, we'll talk a little college and NFL to get you out on a weekend.
There's a lot of state games in the pick'em contest this week.
Oh, I haven't seen. I haven't. You emailed it. I haven't. Well, the group is a disaster.
Oh,
the group has 15 different text chains, and I'm not even seeing Dan Bartlett's text in there, which, by the way, shout out to Jaden Bartlett.
Jaden Bartlett
leading the Red Devils bowling team over Bowling Green. Anytime the Devils can get
whether
the purples,
you beat them in marbles, checkers,
matter.
Doesn't matter. It's Bowling Green. And I just sent you the
funny
text.
thing, I did see Dan's response where he said, well, he's got to pick it up. He's a 205 bowler. He bowled a 185. I mean, come on, it's not good enough. I love that mentality. We won, but it's got to be better
Looking
than
like
that.
the play-by-play man for the Devils, the voice of the Devils.
I love it, man. But no, it's gonna be a good night tomorrow night. I mean, you got Mayfield LCA, you got Lexington Catholic going down to Murray.
Be a good one.
Logan County and Paducah Tillman will be.
That was a close game in the first time.
Yeah, that's the one that I've got my eyes on for upset special. Corbin at Highlands,
another
Scott
upset
County,
special possible.
Woodford, which I mean that has huge implications on maybe who the Devils are going to see, the winner of that game, and then Ryle at Frederick Douglass. I mean, we're going to talk about it tomorrow, but we'll transition out of high school football a little bit because that will be
tomorrow's show.
The show tomorrow, and so we want to move it into Kentucky Wesleyan men's basketball. Talk a little bit about the women. We got NFL in the middle of the show, and then the Van Attens Pitmaster Barbecue Sauce LA5.
I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna surprise you here on Live at 5. We haven't talked about this, but something's come up, and it'll be it'll be the Thursday, either the Thursday of the week after state championship games in football, or the next one. I think it's like the 11th or 18th or whatever that is. Okay.
Van Atten's is cooking for us.
They are.
Are they really?
They're going to come in here live on the live stream.
Oh,
they're bringing all kinds of. They were asking us like, "Do you want chicken? Do you want pulled pork? Do you want this?" We're like, "It's meat. Just bring it."
Man.
And they're going to have different sauces for us, and we're going to do live tasting here on Live at 5 for Van Atten's.
Man, this is a great pickup for us.
It is a great pickup, and they're going to bring.
Listen,
they're going to bring more bottles, and then we're going to give some of these away to the people out there, too, to try it out. So, yeah, we're going to do a live testing here.
This is like when the Vikings picked up Andrew Van Ginkel and he got like 3 pick sixes last year. I mean,
they're going to come feed you one day and let you try out their barbecue.
I love it, man. Looking forward to it. And we'll have that on the back end of the show. Let's talk a little Kentucky Wesleyan men's basketball here real quick. Panthers pick up an 80-59 win last night over St. Mary as they were supposed to. I think they went out and did exactly what they were supposed to do. They kept them at an arm's length pretty much the whole game, pushed it out at the end, and got some guys that haven't got much playing time, some minutes there towards the end. But they were led by Vontae, man, 19 points, the UND transfer. So far, he's been the most steady player, the most reliable, smooth. He just does his job and does it well, whether it's rebounding or loose balls, whatever. And he's got that length. I really like what he's brought to the table. And then Fatih Huick, 14 points in double figures along with Jones. Keandre Jones had 11. And I think that right now, early season, those three guys.
Those are the big three.
Are the guys, right? And so Vontae's kind of was he 6'7", kind of a slasher, but can shoot the heck out of the three.
He's shooting unbelievable three-pointer. He's a knockdown three-point shooter right now.
And Fatih, I expected to see him on the block more. I think Fatih's got a little bit of that Beasley syndrome early in Beasley's career where he didn't know that he could dominate all the time. It's like, I can dominate every possession. I think and he learned it last year late, but I think it's just getting that confidence back after the injury. Once he figures that out, he's going to be unstoppable.
Well, and I also think one thing you saw, I think what they're trying to do.
Unselfish sometimes.
Yeah, what they're trying to do a little bit is keep the paint open and running cutters, and then late in the shot clock, he goes down to the post. But there were a couple times where he had the ball, and I just wanted him to attack and go lay it in. And he sensed the double team. It was one of those where you get the guard, it wants to come down. They're caught in the middle.
They're teasing it.
And instead of him just attacking, he was kind of waiting on that double team to try to pass out of it. And I was like, we'll just go score before the double team gets there.
Just go through them.
And I think some of
you will see that as the season goes on.
100%.
I think when they get in the conference play, you'll see it. And if you haven't seen Keandre Jones play yet, man,
he's highlight film.
He's got potential. Every time he gets downhill towards the rim, you kind of hold your breath. It's a very Eddie Jones-esque
You get on the edge of your seat. I think the sky's the limit for this young man. I think what you're going to see him. I think if you talk about Keandre Jones a month and a half from now, it's going to be completely different. I love his mid-range game. I think that's the way with a lot of teams. I do too.
I think that's the most encouraging thing for me right now is that these guys, whether it's Jones or Plantaskis or Macri, Faulkner, even Sanchez Ramos, who's a veteran player, transferring,
but a brand new role,
and kind of a new level for him. And then in Waku, all these guys are playing. They have a lot of room to get to that ceiling, which I think is encouraging for Panthers fans. I guess the question that the whole season really hinges on for me is how fast do they get to that ceiling, or do they ever get there? And the thing is, if you can get 4 more of these guys, what I just list, about 6, 7 guys. If you can get about 4 of them guys up near the ceiling, I think that's when you're talking about a potential NCAA tournament team. The thing is conference play starts with a bang.
Right. I mean, you're coming out.
I wish it was.
You got Finley and Lake Erie in the first, right at the bat.
There's no easing into nothing.
No,
man.
so
it's like you got to play the best teams right out of the gate.
Yeah, literally. But I do think both of them come back to the sports.
They do.
I think they both play on. But if you're looking at it, you as soon as you open GMAC play, you go to Ohio Dominican, and then you go to Finley. On December 6th.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And that's huge. Finley's playing really well right now. Finley and Lake Erie are probably the 2 teams that you would look at being the favorites right now. And Walsh is playing even now. Now, Walsh's schedule's been a little...
Walsh and Lake Erie both were predicted lower down. Ashland was a team that was up there at the top.
Well, I will say, if you look at Walsh's schedule, it's not been the strongest thing.
They played some sort of international
they played Puerto Rican out of Puerto Rico. But... here's what I was encouraged with last night. I was a little disencouraged where you go against Missouri S&T that when the first option, of the offense wasn't there. Then became a lot of one-on-one and taking tough jumpers, hero type ball. They didn't go ahead and turn the offense over, which if you'll do that in Cooper's system, you're going to get shots. You just are.
Yeah, you
Trust
absolutely are. Yeah.
Last night, the way they cut they cut with intensity, they cut with a purpose, and then Cooper really got them. I think unlike last year's team, this team playing at a higher pace, like when you get a rebound or you'd make a turnover on that end, to get out and see if you can get, because they got guys that can really run the floor on the wings and finish. And so if you can get some easy buckets before the defense gets set up, I think this team's at a blast. I thought I was encouraged with Jorge's play last night. You know, he didn't really kind of force anything. I think he's starting to learn that role a little bit. You know, I think you hit it last night on the head about the broadcast.
Him looking like Matthew Reese.
That too, because I went back and watched that show, and he does.
He looks just like that guy.
But he's a lot more athletic than you give him credit for.
Oh, yeah. No.
He really is. And I think
he's got the stop and go.
Unbelievable.
The stop, and he doesn't. If you watch him warm up, you're going to be like, those guys are nuts. That dude is not athletic.
Just wait.
Wait until he gets this little stop and go action.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching Dirk play. Like it's a different style because it's an international style. And then also, I've been very pleased with the way Faulkner's coming along. He gives them a different pace when he's at point guard. You know, I know you missed it, but the dunk that that Fatih had, they put on a 2-1-2 zone press, and they tried to get him trapped, and he just dribbled right down the middle, and nobody could catch him, and then feed Fatih for the dunk. And the other one, even though he struggled the last 2 games shooting the basketball, and I know there was a little section that when you got there at the first half, he didn't play well, but the first 8 minutes, and then after that, seeing Plantaskis play with some physicality about himself, especially on the defensive end, because I have a feeling, I mean, he's going to find his shot. He's too good a shooter not to.
Yeah, my only concern with him would be the guys that he's going to face in conference that he's going to be matched up against. I think it could be a little bit more physical than him.
But he played there last night a lot more physical than he ever has.
But the thing, I mean, I think the guy he was – you won't see that physicality against maybe the NAIA teams. What's it going to look like when he gets in the GMAC? But my thing is, it's just another kid that's an international player. So it's getting him to settle
with
into
a new
that
role.
Physicality. And again, not anywhere near his ceiling. If you could get that kid playing near his ceiling, then look out. He's a first or second team
I think
level
know what
talent.
you're going to get. I think I look at this team and I say, okay, I know what I'm going to get from Harris. I know what I'm going to get from Fatih, and I know what I get for Keandre. And I think those are 3 guys that can lead this team in scoring all year long. If you get the role guys around them taking their game up to another level, then this is a team that compete in the GMAC conference.
Come out and see them Saturday morning, 12:30. They take on Delta State.
Good team, 2-0.
A pretty good 2-0 Division II basketball team that'll be coming into the Sports Center Saturday morning. I want to give a shout out to Coach Neiman and the ladies. Man, erased a 13-point deficit yesterday to take down their rival Trevecca. I know Trevecca's not in the GMAC anymore, but still, they had a big rivalry.
Well, they got tired of losing to Westland all the time and just decided to leave the GMAC.
The girls have a little bit more heated. They did have a more heated rivalry than the men.
You say that, but like I went down to Trevecca and called the men's game down there.
Never could beat.
True, right? That's true.
Wesleyan just kind of owned them.
It got a lot of chippy, and they would get their students in there. And yeah. It was the men's down there at Trevecca was nice.
Yeah, and Medicaid is calling me. If you ever have to deal with Medicaid or Social Security, just get ready. Take some Pepto-Bismol and some ibuprofen.
Speaking of Trevecca, I know we talked about it one time, but I know they had their ceremony, I think about a week ago. Tyler Titchener, who played for me at Ohio County, was an all-region player here, went into the Trevecca Hall of Fame about a week ago.
Oh, congratulations there. Yeah, to celebrate it with the loss on the women's
side. There you go.
The women erased a 13-point deficit. Brewer was huge. Brewer's going to be a baller. She was great as a freshman, settling into that role as a sophomore, led the way with 16, and I think she scored 8 of the 16 in the fourth. Neal had 13. Sitting at 2-1, I mean, and you got Missouri St. Louis, kind of similar to where Wesleyan was last year. Be a good matchup. That's at the HRC tomorrow night at 5:30, and we'll pause it right there. We got a little NFL playoff picture to dive into. We're gonna roll into this and look at it and see who we think can make a charge, right? Or is there anybody can make a charge? Or will somebody that's currently sitting in the top spots fade? I'm just curious, looking at some of these schedules coming up, it'd be fun to piece together, even though the NFL is absolutely impossible to predict. We'll try to do it next year, live at 5. Before we do, Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. You can give her a call at 270-315-9810. Find her at
It's game on every
When
weekday
lives
from
are
5 to 8
changed
in the
due to
morning with
injuries or death
Unsportsmanlike,
resulting
brought
from
to
an
you
auto
by Floor
collision,
Concepts.
aggressive legal representation is critical to obtain compensation. Foreman Watson Holtree has a proven track record of successfully resolving motor vehicle collision cases throughout our region and beyond. Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
The place where football isn't just a sport, it's a lifestyle. Get the latest football memorabilia, apparel, t-shirts, hats, cards, home decor, jerseys, autographs. Sports Country, where every day is game day, and no one will judge you for painting your face. Sports Country, Park Plaza Drive, behind Shamey's Car Wash off Frederica Street in Owensboro. Owensboro's #1 sports fan store.
Not responsible for spontaneous in-zone dances.
This is Travis Holtree, Foreman Watson Holtree. Major setbacks and legal predicaments can happen to anyone, but they don't have to define your future. The attorneys at Foreman Watson Holtree are dedicated to helping clients navigate complex legal dilemmas, turning what feels to be a major defeat into a decisive victory. When you're ready to fight for your recovery and turn your setback into a comeback, call Foreman Watson Holtree. Dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Southwire in Hallsville has been family-owned since 1950 and strives to be generationally sustainable for years to come. They are one of the leading manufacturers of wire and cable used in the transmission and distribution of electricity. Southwire delivers power to millions of people around the world. Their mission to be a preferred provider of solutions to the electrical industry by providing innovative products and services with exceptional quality and delivering on our promises. They also are proud supporters of all Hancock County athletics. Go Hornets!
Van Atten's award-winning Pitmaster barbecue sauce. From backyard grills to big events, they make it pit perfect every time. Their food truck and catering can bring the flavor straight to you. And here's a thank you to our hometown heroes. With valid ID, veterans, police, firefighters, and EMS get a free drink with a purchase at the food truck. See where they're serving next, shop the sauce, and book your event at VanAttensBarbecue.com. And follow Van Atten's Pitmaster barbecue sauce on Facebook. Van Atten's, where flavor wins.
At River Valley Behavioral Health, we know recovery looks different for everyone. That's why we created The Gathering Point, a free walk-in recovery support center open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's a safe, welcoming space where you can connect with peer support, access resources, or just take a break in a judgment-free environment. No referral or appointment needed. Just walk in. To learn more, visit rvbh.com.
Hawkins Avenue PLLC is a full-service architectural firm providing design services for K-12 education, business, healthcare, industrial, religious, hospitality, and mercantile projects across the state. Our motto is design-focused, service-based, and feel it nothing less than mandatory to provide a service to our clients that exceeds our expectations. With a combined 30-plus years of experience, the team at Hawkins Avenue is the architectural firm you need for your next project. Located in Beaver Dam, give Jeremiah or Kyle a call at 270-363-2235.
Let's get back to Live at 5 with Steve and Coach on 1027 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor
Got to talking,
Concept
Steve.
Studios.
I forgot to do something.
That's all right. Go ahead. And you can see it right there on camera. Vic is... I'm sleeping at the wheel, too. It's just been one of those days. But it's impossible for that return not to put a smile on your face.
Oh, I know. It's going to stay there. That's all I know. She loved it. She listened to it yesterday.
It's good. I needed a smile on my face before we started talking about the NFL. So let's move it in and talk about this NFL playoff picture. Let's start in the AFC, and I'll just run them down really quick.
All right.
Run 1 through 7. Season ended today. We're heading into the playoffs. This is what it looks like. How about the Denver Broncos?
I think they're going to be the one. I think they're going to be the 1 seed before it's all said and done.
I'm not buying Denver. Not even a little bit.
Going to Denver, though, is a tough place to win.
They beat Kansas City, and they're winning games, but I feel like this is like a Vikings team with Darnold last year, or a Vikings team with Cousins 2 years ago, where they won like 12 or 13 games and just they weren't that good. They're just winning a lot of close games.
Listen, I will say what is really good. Their defense is really good.
No, it is. And I could be dead wrong, because Bo Nix is good enough at times to hurt you. And they're 9-2. New England 9-2 at 2. And then how about Indianapolis 8-2? So, every year in the preseason, these experts, they throw out their predictions for the season, and it looks exactly like it did a year ago.
And it never does.
This right here shows you why the NFL is king.
Yes.
Because, this time last year, all three of them teams were pretty much irrelevant. Denver, of course, playing a rookie quarterback was pretty decent. But
New England was so irrelevant, they fired their coach after 1 year.
Yeah, and Indy, you're playing Anthony Richardson some, So that's
still the worst draft pick in the history of draft. He's right up there in the top 5 all-time bust.
That's the best thing about it. If your team stinks, just wait a minute, and then we'll do it again next year, right? But those three teams just really stand out. Then you got Pittsburgh at the 4 seed, Buffalo at the 5 seed at 7-3, the Chargers at 7-4 at the 6 seed, Jacksonville 6-4 as a 7 seed. So you got the Houston Texans, Kansas City, and Baltimore all 5-5 vying for a spot. I'm going to throw Houston out because I just don't buy them as being able to make
Well, it's a big game tonight with Houston on here on 102.7, the game after we go off the air on Thursday Night Football against Buffalo. And I think if Houston can pull an upset and win tonight, puts them right back in.
Oh, yeah. That tonight is a huge game in that sense. But, the Stroud's not even playing.
No, but hey.
They won without him.
They won without him. And David Mills, look out. It's a David Mills show.
If you'd have told me they were 5-5, I didn't even know they were 5-5.
Yeah.
I feel like that I've already written them off. But so you look at it. So which teams that are in there are you expecting to fade? And which teams, like the Chiefs or the Ravens, would you put into that spot?
I think
if the Chiefs or Ravens are going to move in, that means 2 have got to move out.
Well, I think you hit it on the nail that the Ravens are going to win that division over the Steelers, and the Steelers are going to fade.
And now I'm going to circle back, right?
That's what you said a couple weeks ago.
Rodgers has to be healthy,
right?
To be clear, we're going to approach this from a standpoint that Rodgers is going to play and play like he has all season. Well, you got the Bears. To me, this week's a huge week for them because I'm not buying into the Bears very much, and I haven't bought into Pittsburgh very much. So something's got to give there. Then they've got the Bills, the Ravens twice.
Mm-hmm.
They play head-to-head twice. Let's just say they split those games, all right?
Well, listen, if they don't split the games, they have no shot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if somebody sweeps, they're winning that division.
Yeah,
that's right. Because that gives you not only it gives you 2 games in the win-loss column, but it also
gives you the tiebreaker.
So I'm just going to say, for the sake of the argument, they split. Pittsburgh's got the Dolphins, Lions, and Browns. I'm seeing them at a ceiling there, 10 or 11 wins. If they get to 10 or 11 wins, and then you look at the Ravens, okay, they're a game back right now, and if they split, they're still a game back. So you got the Jets, the Bengals twice.
Yeah, you're going to win both of those.
But then you got New England and Green Bay. So you look at
it's still 4 wins there.
It's still 9-10. I still, if they split, I think the path.
I'm not sure though.
Pittsburgh
I'm not sure the Steelers can split with them though.
Is it irrelevant? Because when I'm watching Baltimore, I'm just not buying them as a Super Bowl. They were my Super Bowl pick.
No, I'm not buying them as a Super Bowl team. I don't think
the light is coming on for Baltimore. I don't think their defense is good enough, and their offense is super Jekyll and Hyde.
No,
even with Lamar.
I do not think
neither team's a Super Bowl contender.
No. I think either of those teams get in is probably one and done.
I would love to see the Steelers just shove it in everyone's face
and win
because Tomlin. I love Tomlin.
I know you do. I know.
But I'm not buying.
There's not a better average coach out there in the NFL than Mike Tomlin.
So either way, it's going to be Pittsburgh or Baltimore as the 4 seed.
Yes,
that's just where we're at with it. Flip a coin, and neither team maybe win a playoff game. What about the Jags? They're sitting there and they just keep winning games. You got the Cardinals. The Titans twice.
There's 3 wins.
The Jets
4 wins.
Right. So right now 4 wins
gets them to 10.
So you're already at 10-7 there, and then you've got the Colts twice, which is a divisional game, and then the Broncos. So I got them.
You
at
go
10.
10-7.
I got them at 10. Okay, we'll leave it there. All right. Not believing in Houston, as we said. So let's look at the Chargers, who are really banged up front.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're kind of fading a little bit.
They're fading big time. You don't have, Herbert's been hit, like 45 times more than any other quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you lose your 2 starting tackles.
Yes. And the thing is, it started so good for Herbert.
Yeah.
Just the Chargers are the Vikings of the AFC. They just can't get a break.
That and Herbert never catches any criticism for no matter what. Now, some of it this year I can understand because you lose your 2 tackles, but I think Herbert's a guy that's overrated.
I think he's finally the media's finally starting to bring him back to earth a little bit. And he went from a Hall of Famer to, all right, he's a top 10 quarterback.
No, he's not even a top 10. He's like top 15.
I mean,
I can name 10 guys in the league I'd rather have than him.
I'm not going to defend Herbert here, okay?
Would you take Herbert
off the Herbert
right now? Would you take Herbert over Daniel Jones?
Maybe.
No.
Probably not. Man, I don't know. That's a tough question. That is a good question.
I can name you 10 quarterbacks.
I like Daniel Jones.
I can name you 13 quarterbacks.
I like Daniel Jones' ability to get outside the pocket in his frame a little better, but Herbert can spin it better.
Hold on. Am I wrong, though? Has Herbert won a playoff game?
One.
Okay, so it's the same number as Daniel Jones has.
That's right.
There you go.
Game he beat
there you go.
in Minnesota. How about let's look at the Chargers? Okay, they got the Raiders.
Yep.
I mean, they're literally
who knows?
They're like a team you'd see in a pickup game out in front of OMU. I mean, they're not putting any effort on it at all right now.
I think they're going to fire what's his name? Pete Carroll after a year.
What in the world?
I think you got to fire him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's bad, but that's for another day. They got the Eagles. They've got the Chiefs. They've got the Cowboys who are playing better. They've got the Texans, and they've got the Broncos. The Chargers are not making the playoffs.
They're out.
That's where – so they're the team that's in right now that I'm taking out, okay? So who's taking their place? And I don't think it's the Texans. So it's either the Ravens or the Steelers, the loser of that division, who's probably sitting at about 10 wins somewhere in that ballpark.
Or the Chiefs.
Or the Kansas City Chiefs, who got the Colts this week. You got the Cowboys. You got the Texans, the Chargers, the Titans, Denver, who they already lost to, but they're getting them at home at Arrowhead, and then Vegas.
Chiefs are probably in.
The Chiefs are probably gonna make it in.
Yeah.
To me, I would tend to bet on them more than I would Baltimore at this
100%.
point. Or Pittsburgh.
Yes.
But I mean, Tomlin's always got them around there. So it's going to be fun. I mean, the AFC is going to be a gauntlet, I think, that goes all the way into the final couple weeks of the season with a couple playoffs.
Yeah, especially for like home field advantage and all that.
How about Jacksonville? Give your boy Liam Cohen some credit. I mean, this guy took a dumpster fire over, and they just keep winning. And I'm still not convinced that Lawrence is even any good at quarterback.
Stoops not only needs a statue. I mean, his coaching tree is one of the best coaching trees out there. Look what he's doing. There you go. I mean, there you go.
I mean, we just broke that down for you. So Denver's a lock, New England's a lock, Indy's a lock.
Yes.
Pittsburgh or Baltimore. Buffalo's going to make it.
Yes.
Jacksonville's going to make it.
And the Chiefs.
And it's either going to be the Chiefs, the Ravens, or the Chargers.
Yeah. It's going to be the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs are probably going to be a 6 or 7. How much fun will that be?
Them
especially
on the road.
If Kansas City's a 7 seed rolling in, and all of a sudden, boom, you're taking on like Denver or New England right out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, one of those, either Denver, New England, or the coach are going to have home field advantage to get the bye. So it would either be Denver or whichever one doesn't there. That'd be. Yeah. I wouldn't. If I'm either Denver, Indy, or New England, if that's my first playoff game at home with the Chiefs, that's not something I'm happy about.
Fun. No.
Not with Mahomes coming in there.
No, but the thing is like we're picking these games on paper, and if you watch the NFL every week, I mean,
it's a week-to-week league.
Yeah, half the games are unpredictable, so it's very difficult. But just spitballing here. Let's look at the NFC and do the same thing. How about Philly's number 1 at 8-2, but the Rams are right there, courtesy of that blocked field goal. If not, they would be number 1. So Rams are sitting there at 8-2. How about Chicago, the Bears?
They're frauds.
7-3.
They're absolute frauds.
We're going to talk about it. 7-3 right now, in the number 3 seed in the NFC. Tampa Bay 6-4. And they're winning the South.
And they're frauds, too.
They're up by a game over Carolina. You got Seattle at 7-3 as a wild card. Green Bay 6-3-1 is a wild card. And your San Francisco 49ers beating every team they're supposed to beat, sitting at 7-4. A lot of that with Mac Jones, who will be the Vikings quarterback week 1 next season.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's what old Mike Florio keeps talking about. Anyway. Lions are 6-4. They're on the outside looking in. Carolina 6-5, outside looking in, and your Dallas Cowboys, America's team, 4-5-1, lurking back there with the brand new, remade, vaunted defense to go along with the number 2 scoring offense in the NFL. So let's break it down.
Okay.
Let's start with the team you called a fraud. I think we can all agree that Philadelphia and the Rams are absolute locks
They're
in
locks.
the playoffs. I'm not saying the Rams are locks to win the division, but I do believe they will.
I do too. I think they're both going to win that division. I think the Super Bowl is going to go through L.A.
Well, it may, but they're going to have to get a game above Philly because the tiebreaker goes
I understand.
to Philly.
I understand. But they're tied right now.
They are tied.
So
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, 100%. Chicago 7-3. Let's look at it. Steelers this week.
Loss.
Eagles next week.
Loss.
Packers.
Loss.
Browns.
Win.
Packers.
Loss.
49ers.
Loss.
Lions.
Loss.
That's a complete. So you're telling me they're going to crater. I'll tell you why I don't think they're going to crater. Because Ben Johnson's the real deal. I mean,
he is the real deal.
Ben Johnson has learned how to he's done what Kevin O'Connell did when he came to Minnesota. He simplified the game so much that they really only have to make 4 or 5 plays a game because the defense is playing well enough to keep them in these games.
They're not going to beat the Lions because I think that game is at Detroit, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
All right. They don't beat
The
Green
Lions
Bay.
beat them like 60-2.
Right. And not only that, Green Bay absolutely is the daddy of the Chicago Bears. And they have been for a long time. So there's 3 losses.
That's the key. They got the Packers twice, and the Packers have owned them.
Owned them? They've more than owned them.
Yeah, that's not even a
just call
rivalry
them
anymore.
daddy.
Right. Yeah, completely. So, to me, I think the Bears and the Packers playoff hopes, because the Packers got the Vikings twice and the Bears twice. They got the Lions, the Broncos, and the Ravens. That is not
tough. No, it's
an
tough.
easy schedule, and they have not played well. They got lucky to beat the Giants this week, and I tell you, the big thing looming over the Packers right now is Jacobs is out.
Yep.
And Jacobs, I don't know if you ever watched Jordan Love without Jacobs.
He's not very
behind
good.
him. It's even more of a disaster. So I'm curious to see, and again, we play them this week, so take it easy. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that the Bears aren't a more likely candidate for the playoffs at this point than the Green Bay Packers. And the thing is the division's wide open because you got Detroit sitting there, and they're out of the playoffs right now. So they got the Giants.
Win.
The Packers.
Win.
Cowboys.
Win.
Rams.
Loss.
Steelers.
Win.
Vikes.
Win.
Bears.
Win.
I mean, I think you're giving the Lions a little too much credit.
I mean, they're not going to win all of those. They're the favorite in the ones I told you they would win.
4 to 5 wins in there likely.
I think they can get to 11 and 6.
And I agree. If you made me place a bet on the NFC North champions, and they're out of the playoffs right now, I'm taking the Lions with 11 wins, and I'm going to say the Bears and Packers are fighting over a spot.
Okay.
All right, so let's move it in to some other teams. How about the San Francisco 49ers, who I'm not buying at all?
No.
I think they're solid. I think they're well coached, and they're beating the teams they're supposed to, but when you get to the playoffs, that runs out.
Right.
I've seen it as a Vikings fan so many times. You got the Panthers this week, which is a monster game.
They better win that one.
Carolina playing really well, and they're pushing for a playoff spot. You got the Browns, Titans, Colts, Bears, Seahawks. Not a real tough schedule. I think they're in. I mean, even if the 49ers are 7-4, if you can just win 3 of those, you're going to have a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
at the
10-7 probably gets you in.
Pretty good.
At
shot
least
at the
get you
playoffs.
in, depending on tiebreakers.
Okay, and so Tampa Bay is sitting 1 game ahead of Carolina. Are we sure that Carolina's not going to come back and win the division?
No, we're not, because Tampa's not
sliding
playing
a
well.
little
They're
bit.
sliding hard, and they're
Tampa's
beat
schedule's
up.
Crazy. I mean,
and it's going to get tougher.
It just keeps every week they're playing a good team. I think this week will tell the tale in Carolina. This week will tell if Carolina loses to San Francisco. I think they're going to have a really
and the
difficult
Bucks
path.
win.
Right. Well, the Bucks have a really tough game Sunday as well. But the Panthers got the 49ers, the Rams.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
The Bucks, Seahawks, and Bucks. You got them twice.
That's true.
So those head-to-head matchups could determine. I think only one team out of the South's going.
Well, yeah, 100%.
And then your Cowboys.
4-5-1.
Do they rally? Do they rally?
Here's the thing. With the tie, though, you're going to have to probably get, 10-6-1 would probably get you in. So you need 6 wins.
6 wins.
Okay.
Let's
read out the schedule.
Let me tell you what we got.
Okay.
Here. You got the Eagles, the Chiefs.
That's on the Eagles, this week?
How I missed some games here?
They got the Chiefs is the Thanksgiving Day game, right?
I missed some game. I missed the game for the Cowboys. Let me pull up the Cowboys schedule.
I'm trying to think who they have this week.
Oh, they have the Eagles this week.
This week,
Yeah,
okay.
That's
and then the Chiefs.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the. Let's pull it up. Sorry.
That's all right.
Apologies. I thought I was.
Yeah,
prepared.
Thanksgiving Day game with the Chiefs.
There we go. So you got the Eagles at home this week.
Mm-hmm.
Big game.
A huge game.
Offense is not doing anything.
That's the thing about it.
They're winning games, but they're not.
Yeah, their offense doesn't scare me as being a Dallas Cowboy defense, and the Cowboys
If
do
the
have
Cowboys win this, let's just for this fun.
The Cowboys
exercise,
win this week, they'd
the
have a
Cowboys
shot
win this week.
at the division.
They're
in
at
a
home
way.
against the Eagles. They always play the Eagles well.
Yep.
Let's say they win this week.
That gets them to 5-5-1. It drops the Eagles to 8-3. Right? No, it's not going to win the division.
The Eagles,
no,
but this is to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then you got
Chiefs on Thursday on Thanksgiving, which you're going to win on Thanksgiving.
Sucks. The Chiefs, then the Lions on the road, and then the Vikings, and then the Chargers. It was fun for a second.
Vikings, Chargers, and who else?
Commanders and Giants.
All right, Commanders. So if you look at, we said they need 6 wins to get in.
Yep. So you finish with 4 Vikings, Chargers,
I just don't see
Commanders, Giants.
I take those last 2 away because I think
you got to win. You got to win. So
you got to win 3 of the 4 of
So you need to win 2 of the next 3 with the Eagles coming into Dallas, Chiefs coming into Dallas,
and
the Lions, and the Chiefs fighting for their playoff lives, and the Lions also really fighting for their playoff
so
lives.
But not only that, but then you also got to sweep the last 3 games.
4. Last 4
games. Who they got the last 4?
Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, and Giants.
Okay. I just don't see it. I just
Somebody else is going to have to come back to the pack a little bit. Whether it's San Francisco, maybe the bottom falls out.
I mean,
Green Bay.
The bottom may fall out of the Eagles because just like today, they were talking about how everybody hates Jalen Hurts out there. I mean, has there ever been a more dysfunctional?
Yeah.
I think you'd have to go back to the 70s Raiders to find a more dysfunctional team that's good.
Yeah, they said it last year, and they didn't lose a game again the rest of the season.
I know, but the year before they tanked.
There's something wrong. Listen, they're winning games, and I acknowledge they're a really good team. There's obviously something wrong with the offense.
Well, not just
more
that,
than last year.
But not just wrong with the offense. I don't know if it's Hurts or I don't know if it's Sirianni.
How do you not like Hurts? Do you not like winning?
The point
all the guy does is win.
Point I'm making, I'm not saying it's hard, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did like UK and he's out there banging girlfriends. I don't know.
If you're a receiver on that team and you're whining, like AJ Brown, they should have moved him. I think.
Yes.
And I'm a huge fan of the GM there, but man, it just seems like it'd be addition by subtraction at this point.
He's a cancer that can spread, and the problem is,
I'm not. The Eagles are too good to not.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, would you be totally shocked with what's coming out of Philadelphia if all of a sudden it just tanked?
No,
like Kentucky.
What my good friend, Eagles sideline reporter Wes Prater has been saying for weeks, this team is going nowhere. Like he's like, this is just like the team 2 years ago where we were really good for a while,
and then went 1-7.
Just fell out.
I can see this team going 2-6 on the backside.
But the thing is, you're not scoring. But look at all the good teams they just beat in a row, not scoring.
I know.
I mean, you beat Green Bay, you beat the Lions.
I don't know if Green Bay's a good team, but
I mean, they're in the mix for the playoffs.
I know.
If Green Bay doesn't make the playoffs, will they fire Matt LaFleur?
No, they will not. No, he's won too much there.
I'm pretty close to that situation.
I hope they do, because then maybe we'll fire Schottenheimer and get Matt LaFleur.
I mean, I think LaFleur's a fine coach. He's made some weird situational. I don't know, man. There's something about Green Bay. I think if you're a Green Bay fan,
let me ask you: am I wrong on Schottenheimer with the way he has
underachieve?
They do
a little bit
with the way this Cowboy offense is playing. Am I too hard on Schottenheimer?
Schottenheimer, he doesn't run the defense. He didn't trade Micah Parsons. The offense is number 2 in the league.
He hired you, LaFleur.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's on him. I think it's more of a personnel thing. I think I lean more towards
the
bad
one
personnel.
thing. The one thing you do, and I will say this, and I like Dan Quinn, but he likes his defense to be smaller and more athletic. You see that in Washington, and I think when you move on for him, it takes a little bit to get the defense the way a new defensive coordinator would want. I will say I'm not a Eubelor fan.
What about Pickens? You re-sign?
You got to re-sign Pickens for what he's doing right now. I mean,
I agree.
That's
not the number 2 offense without Pickens.
Right, and him and CD get along well. I mean, they're out partying and missing curfew out there in Vegas. I mean, but
hey,
the good thing is they can handle their alcohol.
CD did not throw up.
You know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. Friend of the show, Emily Van Buskirk, was literally at the table next to him.
Really?
Yeah, she has pictures out there saying I'm having dinner right next to the Cowboy wide receiver room.
Can she confirm if CD did yak
I don't know. Do you want me to text her?
I'd like to know if
I'll
CD
text
did.
here. Maybe we'll talk about it when we come by.
He's not being truthful about being yakking. Let's get to the Van Atten's Pitmaster Barbecue Sauce LA5 to take you home on a Thursday, live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
It was working till the end, Steve.
It's just the Panther goddess, man. We got Van Atten's Pitmaster Barbecue Sauce. While you're doing that, want to give them a big shout out. Award-winning Pitmaster Barbecue Sauce, from backyard grills to big events. They make it pit perfect every single time. Check them out on Facebook. You can also find them Hillview Farms, Reed's Orchard. Check it out. Van Atten's is where flavor wins. And Vic, you're not typing fast enough.
Well, I'm working
I was
as fast
waiting
as I
for that just to flow right into the break.
Hey, and not only that, you can get them all over the region too. And I'll have some when we come back. I'll tell you some other places.
It's delicious, and we're going to get to test it firsthand here soon. We'll see you in just a bit.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Holtree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.
Community Calendar on 102.7 The Game is brought to you by Robert Edge with Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Call 270-683-1715.
It's the Giving Tuesday Spoonfuls of Hope campaign from Mentor Kids Kentucky. Share hope for the future together. Be a part of something meaningful this year. Join them December 2nd in our Giving Tuesday campaign. Help them fill and furnish the kitchen so they can provide hope one spoonful at a time. Go to owensbororadio.com and find our community calendar. There you'll find a QR code to scan for their shopping list. Follow their campaign. Share their posts. Give what you're able and provide hope for the future. It's all part of the Mentor Kids Kentucky Spoonfuls of Hope campaign for Giving Tuesday, December 2nd.
Find the 102.7 The Game community calendar on owensbororadio.com or on the Owensboro Radio app. We are Kentuckiana's sports leader, 102.7 The Game.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Here's your 14 first alert forecast. Overnight rain with a low of 51 degrees. On Friday, rainy and mild with heavy rainfall possible, a high of 64. Rain coming to an end then on Friday night with a low of 48. And on Saturday, slow clearing during the day, but cooler temps with a high of 57. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 first alert forecast.